Hello everyone, and welcome back to Horrible Ghost Stories. Today we're diving deep into a topic that's as fascinating as it is chilling. The story of the 8 Great Hells, a terrifying place where sinners must pay for their wrongdoings with immense suffering. Brace yourselves as we journey through these realms of torment, rooted in ancient beliefs, where every sin is met with its own gruesome punishment. If you've ever wondered what happens to those who commit unspeakable acts, this is a story you won't want to miss. Let's dive in together. There are 4 major religions predominantly practiced on the world I live in. Each religion has its own unique beliefs and faith. Among them today I would like to talk about one of the beliefs held by followers of Buddhism. Buddhists believe that if they do good deeds during their lifetime, they will attain a good afterlife when they pass away. The act of doing good deeds is called merit-making. If one commits bad deeds during their lifetime, they will have to face punishment for the wrongs they have done after death. These bad deeds are referred to as demerit-making. Those punishments are believed to be endured in a place called hell until all of the demerits from bad deeds are fully repaid. According to the tribe Humi belief system, hell, or Narok in Thai, also known as Niraya, is one of the 4 realms of suffering, apaya, and it is said to be vast beyond imagination. Unlike our world, it's a place of unfathomable suffering, with multiple layers of torment stacked deep beneath the human realm. The deeper the layer, the more intense the punishment. The most dreadful of these layers is Avicii, the lowest and most horrifying of all. But what's important to know is that these hells are divided into 8 main sections, each one reserved for a specific type of sinner, and each one exacting a fitting punishment for the sins committed in the human world. Now let's take a closer look at these 8 great hells, where the suffering varies depending on the severity of the sin. The first of these, Sanjiva Hell, is a place where the tormented are attacked repeatedly with weapons, suffering agonizing deaths, only to be revived again and again by powerful winds. Here the cycle of death and rebirth continues for an astonishing 500 years. But don't think of it in human years. This is hell, after all, and time flows differently. Every moment is an eternity of pain and anguish. The second realm is Kalasutra Hell, also known as the Hell of Black Strings. In this nightmarish place, those who have harmed their benefactors or taken innocent lives are punished by having black strings lashed across their bodies. But it doesn't stop there. These strings leave marks, and the sinners are then cut along those lines with sharp weapons, their bodies sliced open over and over again. This excruciating punishment lasts for 1,000 years, serving as a grim reminder of the price of harming others. Next, we enter Sanghata Hell, or the Crushing Hell, a place reserved for those who have shown no compassion and reveled in cruelty. In this realm, the punishment is as brutal as the crimes themselves. Sinners are hammered repeatedly by massive iron clubs and crushed under fiery mountains, the weight of their misdeeds pressing down on them for 2,000 long, agonizing years. Then there is Raurava Hell, the Wailing Hell, where deceitful people meet their fate. Here, the bodies of the sinners are pinned down in iron lotus flowers. Their heads, hands, and feet are buried deep within these scorching, hot blooms, which are engulfed in relentless flames. They scream in agony, but death eludes them. There is no escape from this endless torment, which lasts for a staggering 4,000 years. For those with minds twisted by cruelty and vengeance, there is an even worse fate waiting in Mahararava Hell, or the Great Wailing Hell. Here, the iron lotus flowers grow even sharper, and the sinner's entire body becomes trapped within the deadly petals. Their suffering intensifies as they endure 8,000 years of unimaginable agony, each moment more excruciating than the last. But the torment doesn't end there. In Tapana Hell, also known as the Realm of Blazing Heat, sinners filled with greed, anger, and ignorance are pierced by iron stakes as tall as palm trees. Their bodies are engulfed in flames, and hellish dogs tear at their flesh. This terrifying punishment goes on for 16,000 years, each second filled with unbearable pain. Moving deeper, we find Mahatapana Hell, or the Realm of Extreme Heat, reserved for those who have taken the lives of many people or animals. In this infernal place, sinners are trapped between walls and mountains of red-hot iron. Acidic winds lash their bodies, and sharp spears repeatedly pierce their flesh. This is no brief moment of suffering. The punishment here continues for half an eon, a time frame so vast it's almost beyond human comprehension. Finally, we reach the lowest, most fearsome of all, the Avicii Hell. This is the place for those who have committed the gravest sins imaginable, killing one's parents, harming enlightened beings, or causing division within the religious community. In Avicii, the sinners are surrounded by towering walls of iron, and the air itself burns with endless flames. Their bodies are impaled by sharp irons in various postures. Whether they are sitting, standing, or lying down, there is no respite. The punishment in Avicii lasts for 1 eon, a period so long that it is said to be the time it would take for a mountain, 1 yojana high and 3 yojanas wide, to be worn down to nothing by a celestial being rubbing it with the lightest, softest cloth once every century. Only after this mountain has completely disappeared is the eon considered over. But the story doesn't end with the great hells. Even after paying for their sins in these realms, if their karma remains, sinners are not yet free. They must continue to suffer in the surrounding minor hells, and if their debt is still not fully repaid, they are sent to Yomalok Hell for further punishment. The severity of the punishment corresponds directly to the gravity of the sin. For example, the suffering in Avicii Hell is far worse than that in Sanjiva, the first and least torturous of the 8 hells. And if you thought there could be nothing worse, there are darker places still, such as Lokantarika Hell, a place located between the 3 worlds of heaven, the human world, and hell. It is said to be a pitch-black realm where enormous beings float, suffering from eternal cold. This dreadful place is reserved for those who have committed the ultimate sin of torturing their parents or harming virtuous people. The lesson here is clear. Good deeds bring good results, while evil deeds bring nothing but suffering and pain. So as we go about our lives, we must strive to avoid sin and do only good. By living a virtuous life, we can ensure that we won't find ourselves facing the unimaginable punishments of the 8 great hells. Thank you for watching today's video on horrible ghost stories. We hope this exploration of the 8 great hells has given you food for thought. Don't forget to leave a comment below. We read every single one. And if you want to support us and see more content like this, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Horrible Ghost Stories. We'll see you in the next video.